Good afternoon. Today, good weather. Although the weather forecast said that we're gonna have thunderstorms and rain and hail and what have you. Anyway, this is Q&A 9 or 10. I can't remember because I haven't been doing this for the longest time. My special guest today is Mr. Carl Hemmings. Actually, we never met in real life before. I've never ridden with him, never bumped into him. But we became friends on Facebook, I think. And we are in a few cycling Facebook groups in Melbourne, so that's how we communicated. Just waiting for him to arrive. He's here guys. Hey Carl, how are you, man? Please introduce yourself to the people of the internet.
Hey Norsham, it's Carl Hemmings. Finally got around to do a bit more of the interview. Yeah, well, this is at our park on the back of our house. Lovely spot. Okay, getting back to me. Carl Hemmings, late 50s, born in England, came here when I was 1 year old to Australia. Family man, one wife, one 14-year-old son, 2 dogs, and yeah. Hello, friendly people here.
Thank you so much for joining me in this question and answer session. Let's get to it. How many bikes do you own? 1, 2, 10. How many bikes?
Well, the bike I'm riding is an old Trek. Actually, my wife's been using it as a stationary trainer. It's got front suspension, so it's quite handy just to cruise around on. Pretty heavy though. As I said, I'm riding on the Trek Hybrid, probably 10, 12 years old with front suspension. I have, let's go from the beginning. Got a touring bike which I went to Europe on in '97. Still got it, but don't ride on it much. I have a racing bike I used to race on. 531 double butted tubing, custom made for me back in '85. Over the years I upgraded the components to make it more modern. But I might be reverting it back to the old original look. Yeah, still got most of the stuff. I've got a velodrome track bike as well. Made by Bob Farley, 531 double butted tubing. Haven't read that for ages. It's a fixie, a proper fixie, before fixies were invented. What else? Oh yeah, got a Bike Friday, folding performance bike. Well, I got two. When I went to Europe, I ended up buying one of those so I could take my bike on trains, fold it up, because I heard you couldn't take them on some trains. So that's nearly 24 years old, still going. And then I got another Bike Friday, 8 kilos lightness, and it's got Campagnolo Chorus 11 speed on it. Lovely bike. I've just got to adjust a couple of things because it's a bit stretched out for me now. Since having cancer in 97, I'm not as flexible. So, yeah. A mountain bike, oh yeah. ATX Giant, ATX 780. Bought 95, still got that. That's a good truckster, heavy though. 14 kilo, 15 kilograms with everything on it. But it's reliable. It'll get you home, that's for sure. Steel is real.
Bikes, man. I'm sure that you ride more often than I do. So which are your favourite trails here in Melbourne? I'm sure you're more experienced than me.
So you asked what's my favourite trails? Without a doubt, when I lived in Ringwood East, it would have been the Mullum Trail. I've sort of lived next to it the last 30 years. Sort of moved around it, but always not far from it. So yeah, it'd only take me 5 minutes from home to get onto the Mullum, and then I'd be in pristine bush above the tunnel, where the tunnel would go underneath the East Link, the cars, and head towards the city. Yeah, I used to go out something like this time of night, winter, which would be 7 o'clock or something, and just get out and to the bush and hear the owls and the kookaburras, like we just heard, calling in the night. Well, saying good night to the night. Yeah, but other times when we used to walk to school when my son was in primary school, I used to go with the bike, walk with the bike, and then drop him off at about 9 o'clock, hop on the train to Ringwood East, and go to the city, or inner city, and do a lap of the Capital City Trail. Used to love that. It's a bit iffy now. Going to be attacked by a dog? No. Sorry, I lost my train of thought looking at the dog. That's right. Catching the train to the city, doing a lap of the Capital City Trail, and then jumping on the train back before 2 o'clock, before the school kids are on the train, to get back to pick my son up by 3:30.
From your post on Facebook, what I read that you are cancer survivor. So when did this happen and what was your experience? I'm sure it's tough.
So you asked me about my cancer experience. Well, it all started back December 2006. I had a lump under my jaw and like the glands, and it wouldn't go down after a month. Went to doctors, got some tests done, ultrasound, and I had to wait until first week of January 2007 where they said, oh, you've got lymphoma. And I didn't know what that was. He goes, oh, it's okay. 30 years ago we couldn't do nothing, but things have advanced and we can it's treatable. So I'm going, oh yeah, good. Oh, we're sending you to the specialist this afternoon. So, oh, gee, that's a bit urgent. Told my wife and she knew all about it. She was all upset. Anyway, so I was already booked in to do the Alpine Challenge. And yeah, ready to do that. Because I did it 2 years beforehand. I was ready to do the big one. But so I was ready to do the Alpine Classic, Audax Classic, which is 200 k's from Bright, Taronga Gap, Mount Beauty, back over Bright, then up Mount Buffalo. It's got like 5,000 k's of climbing. Anyway, cut a long story short, I started, but the heart wasn't in it, and I had chemotherapy a week and a half later. So I thought I'd better listen to my body and just take it easy. So I had chemo, got rid of the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, or mantle cell lymphoma is the subgroup of it. And that's pretty hard going. I think I lost my hair that time. And then it come back 18 months later. So more chemo, went away, the cancer went away, and then while I was in remission, I had a stem cell transplant of my own stem cells, which I had collected earlier. Passing. So, yeah, stem cell is like having chemo again because they've got to kill your immune system off to put your new one back in. God, look at that. It looks like we're in the Murray River. Beautiful. So I am getting distracted. It's the first time I've seen this. From this side, the new track. I'm really impressed. Yeah, so the stem cell transplant, you've got to have chemo to kill yourself off, kill your immune system off, and then they put then they put your stem cells back into you, your clean ones, and you just pray and hope that they will graft back again, and you have an immune system. So each day you get blood tests, and you look at the results, and hopefully they start off with 0 white cells, and each day nothing, and you just keep hoping, and yeah, finally it goes like 0.1 white cells, 0.2, and the good news was it just kept going up, so that was good. So September 2009 I had my stem cells transplant and everything was good. They gave me this maintenance drug to help me fight cancer cells called Mabthera, but I had a reaction. And in June 2009, basically, long story short, my duckies. my white cells went to zero and I got infection, and then multiple organ failure. I had sepsis and colitis, and I had to be put in isolation at Maroondah Hospital, so I couldn't get any more infections, but it was probably too late because, as I said, I had sepsis and colitis. And then I was starting to get multiple organ failure, heart packing up, liver, kidneys. I was going downhill basically. So they put me in a coma so my body would hopefully rest and try to repair itself. After 12 days I woke up, didn't know where I was, had some weird dreams, so realistic. All the chemicals to keep you alive give you some sort of nightmares and dreams. I even I thought my son had drowned in the water at the beach. I saw him floating, dead. So when I woke up, had tubes down my throat, being ventilated, couldn't speak. So I had to point to some letters and spell them out, and I said, my son. Well, I didn't say, I'd spelt out. Lachlan, dead. Luckily my wife goes, no, he's okay. He had his birthday party while you were asleep. All is good. So that was a good thing. Yeah, so on that happy note. Yeah, so I was in hospital for 3 months because then when I woke up from the coma, they try to feed you with tubes and stuff intravenously, and one time I just couldn't keep it down. I felt horrible and bloated, and so I had a CT scan. I said, oh, you got gas in your tummy, you shouldn't have that. Let's go have an emergency operation, open you up. Yeah, so they opened me up, found I had a hole in my bowel, and yeah, if you want the details, poo, shit everywhere inside my body where it was just leaking out the bowels. So 2 days I've been cleaned up, basically. Basically they vacuumed my abdomen out and tried to get as much crap out. And then I guess they ran out of time and they just stitched me up, took me back to the bed, and then I had to go back into the surgery the next day to get vacuumed out again. And then it was a long, slow process of probably 2 months after that. No, sorry. 8 weeks in ICU. Marvellous staff at Maroondah Hospital, so caring. And then once I couldn't even hardly hold the toothbrush to brush my teeth. I was so weak. Lost all muscle mass. Because when you don't use it, you're just sitting there in bed, they reckon your body starts eating its own muscles to survive and you're not using it. Yeah. So I couldn't even walk. Anyway, so time passed. It was basically 3 months from start to finish in hospital, including 8 weeks in ICU and 12 days in a coma. And touch wood, nothing's major. Well, since 2011, gee, time flies. The last 10 years I've been probably hospital 3 times with bowel blockages because I had to take my bowel out, which had a hole in it, they can't repair it. So lately I've been getting blockages by eating probably not the best food, anything like corn and celery gets blocked. But other than that, I'm good. Except for bloody COVID comes along, hey.
I think you have have your fair share of bike camping in Europe, if I'm not wrong. Where do you went for a bike tour in Europe? Can you please tell us more about the experience? I'm sure it was awesome.
So I was cashed up, no commitments. I went to Europe and with the girlfriend at the time. Met her in England. We did a little bit of riding together. Stayed at my uncle's place in Essex, England. And things didn't work out. She went that way, I went that way. I ended up in Europe, September, October 97, and to be honest, I was feeling a bit sad that the relationship had ended. All alone, on my lonesome in Europe. Luckily I had a contact I met when I was cycle touring in Perth, WA, German guy, Torsten, and he gave his number, and when I called him, he says, come on down to Bonn, Germany, the capital of Germany at the time. It's now Berlin. And yeah, I got a train. Oh, backtrack a bit. I did arrive in Holland, and it was beautiful blue sky, a bit like today, but it was like only 10 degrees. Yeah, it started to get cold, couldn't keep my toes warmed up. And then when it rained, it wasn't much fun. I met this guy from Korea, and we rode together. And he wanted to ride across the Alps near winter time. I said, nah, stuff that. So that's when I called my German friend and caught the train down to Germany. And that was fun after riding for a bit and on the train. I thought, oh, this is life, train travel. This is good. And when I got to his place, he said, oh, you've come all this way to Europe. Snap out of being sad about your girlfriend. And here's my backpack. You can leave your bike here and go off, see a bit of Europe. So that's what I did. First stop, caught the train up to Berlin. And it's starting to get really cold. Ice on the footpath. It's very slippery. And only having about 3 pairs of clothes, the ones you're wearing, the dirty ones and a spare set. And I didn't have really warm clothes, so I had to buy some more extra warm clothes. And yeah, got to Berlin.
This lockdown is crazy, man. What's the first thing you want to do after we get out of this mess?
Well, I was itching to get up to the Mount Dandenongs, Dungala Road, Dungala Homestead Picnic Ground. Nice little gravel climb. I think you've done it, haven't you not? Yeah, well, when it did open up, that's what I did, because it's only a 8-kilometre ride to the base of the Dandenongs from my house in Croydon East. Yeah, so tell me, what did you do?
I think I just want to go for longer rides and try off a few routes on my bucket list. Alright, I think it's about time to head home. Thank you so much for appearing in this Q&A session, and thanks a lot for talking to me and talking to yourself on the bike. Maybe one of these days we can arrange to finally meet up for coffee and a chat, a real chat. Thanks, Carl. You take care. Ride safe. Bye-bye.
Thanks for inviting me onto your podcast, or whatever you want to call it, podcast. Questions with Norsham. God, sorry, mate. And I hope your followers enjoy my little story. So, can't wait to see what you come up with. Alright, catch you later.
Okay guys, thanks for watching, listening to my Q&A session. I know I've been slacking. You guys take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And don't forget to bathe in the morning, of course. Bye bye.